Hey family, today we're going to talk about the qualifications of a pastor and what does that look like. And it's very important if you or somebody you know are looking to be a pastor or praying about being a pastor, these are what you go by. Matter of fact, if you have a pastor, this is how you measure them. Does this line up? If it doesn't line up, well, that's a problem. And if you want to be a pastor and this doesn't line up, these are some things you have to work on. Otherwise, well, you don't have any business being a pastor. So in 1 Timothy, remember this is the pastoral epistles, Paul's giving Timothy the qualifications for an overseer or pastor. And it starts with chapter 3. It says, the saying is trustworthy. It's saying this is something you can trust. Okay, this is what you can go by. If anyone aspires to the office of an overseer or a pastor, he desires a noble task. He desires a good thing. It's a good thing to want to be a pastor. We need more pastors out there. We need more people doing ministry, sharing the gospel, shepherding God's people. There, an overseer must be above reproach. That means blameless. We're not supposed to be perfect, but we have a good reputation. We're blameless. You're not caught up in no crazy stuff or no shady business. The husband of one wife. Now, some people take this a different way. Some people say never to be divorced. Some people say that you're only with one woman, you're a one-woman man. Sober-minded. Well, you want to be clear thinking. You don't want to always be like drunk, or you definitely don't want to be high, self-controlled. To be even-tempered. To not get angry or mad or quarrelsome or not be able to control your emotions. Respectable, hospitable, able to teach. Now, we're going to hear this later. Able to teach. We're going to see why. Because it actually is one of the requirements for a pastor. If you're not able to teach, then you should not be a pastor. We're going to talk about deacons later. Not a drunkard, not violent but gentle, not quarrelsome, not always argumentative or always trying to fight with people or argue. And not a lover of money. Remember, money should not be our issue. That's dangerous, where the enemy comes in and tries to get you off course. And it says, he must manage his own household well, with all dignity, keeping his children submissive. For if someone does not know how to manage his own household, how will he care for God's church? Now, this is very important. Look at a person's household. Now, I'm not saying sometimes pastor kids are the worst of all, but I think what he means by this is to have a family that's balanced around God, where they love each other, they love Jesus. They're not going to be perfect, but if there's they're always arguing, the family is always arguing, or there's they're divorced or something, it's not good. Because remember, the pastor is a spiritual leader, not just of the church, but his household. And if you can't do something small, how's he going to do something big? So that's very important. He must not be a recent convert. Somebody that just got saved. There's a reason for that, okay? I know some of you guys, you just got saved like me. I was like, I'm going to be a pastor. Hold on. Or he may be puffed up with conceit and fall into condemnation of the devil. Moreover, he must be well thought of by outsiders, so that he may not fall into disgrace, into the snare of the devil. So just as people see you have a good reputation. Basically, in all, you're a man with character that loves God, that loves your family, that loves people. You're beyond reproach. Nobody has to worry about you, and you're always going to put integrity first. And you can teach, because you got to share the gospel. If you can fit in those, not perfectly, but well, and if God's calling you to be a pastor, that is an awesome thing. If not, well, there's some things you got to work on. And if you're at a church where the pastor's doing the exact opposite, maybe he's not called to be a pastor. But if your pastor is doing this, you know what? Encourage him to keep on doing it, because he's doing a good job. All right, family. You guys have a blessed day.